I guess the week ahead. Today is April 21st. I hope you enjoyed the holiday weekend, whether you celebrated Easter or not. So let's see when this just come out. Going to my late packet stack. Let's just, as a collective, need to know for the week ahead. If you haven't checked out the rest of April reading, I used the Lenormand deck to do reading for the rest of April for all the signs, and it's timestamped. So if you're interested, please check it out. I thought it was very interesting using the Lenormand cards. Okay, let's see what comes out. Just the collective need to know for the week ahead. Since I'm taking a bit longer, I'll put a timestamp for when I start the reading. All right, so the two cards that came out was change and why. So can I get more? There's so many cards. Change and why. So there's some changes that are going to be coming. Some of them, they may be changes that you may be questioning. You may be wondering, why is it happening now? Maybe it's because it's something that you needed to change. The two-faced card just fell out. I think it's probably the change can possibly be happening within you, where you may have not been, I would say you've been partially authentic. And what I mean by that is that sometimes we're not fully authentic. Sometimes we hide certain parts of ourselves, and especially with who we're around and the environments that we're in. So it may cause some anxiety because you don't feel like you're being your full authentic self. It's like you hide certain parts of yourself to fit into certain environments or around certain people. So that's something that you may have to consider changing within yourself, because when that happens, you know, it could cause some sort of stress and anxiety, especially if there's like two parts of you. And it's funny, the change, it's like a transition in a way, but I think it's more of an integration of you, like having both sides that you show, like maybe the side that you are when you're at home versus the side you are outside. And you may feel like you're a bit more freer, which is normal. We have a comfortable side of ourselves that we can truly and authentically and genuinely express, because it's our home. It's where we can let our hair down. It's where we feel safe enough to not be judged. But I think it's you also, this can resonate with anybody, or no one. You could want to be able to integrate both sides of yourself, because there may be times where you feel like, why can't I address certain things the way I do at home or with friends or with my partner, but not like how I do it at work. You may feel like at work you have to bite your tongue. You have to keep things to yourself. You can't really speak your mind or really say your piece, because you're afraid that you may ruffle some feathers, that you may get upset, you may be viewed a certain way, you may be seen as combative. But I think it's a matter of you, it may be you having to integrate both sides of yourself. It's like the boundaries that you're able to uphold in your personal life, you want to be able to uphold those in your work life or your external life, and I mean external, like outside of home, anywhere where you're not with family and friends, but where you are with strangers, acquaintances, people that you aren't close with. So it could be that changing the types of boundaries you have. I mean, it's important to have boundaries all the time, but I think it may be an expression, or like maybe you know, or you could be dealing with a two-faced person, you know, and you probably are being called to create boundaries with this specific person, because maybe they've crossed the line in some way. And I feel like maybe too, this is another message. That you may be asking yourself, why did you allow yourself to deal with someone who may have been crossing your boundaries, who may have been showing up two sides of themselves? I mean, this reading could resonate with anybody. So it could be about you wanting to integrate both sides of yourself, the side that where you're comfortable in yourself without any filters. I mean, of course, you know, we need some filters. You know, we can't be cursing in church and stuff, but I think you get the idea of what I mean. But there's also that you may be dealing with someone who is two-faced, and you want to change how you're handling the situation, how you know, you're probably asking yourself, because if you look at the two-faced card, there's this person who has their head and their shoulders, and it could be you questioning, why have I allowed myself to deal or tolerate this behavior? Why did I allow this person to manipulate me, take advantage of me, or deceive me in any way? You know, maybe you're realizing that someone isn't as authentic as they play themselves out to be, and you're wanting to change how you may interact with this person or interact with people similar to this, or two-faced people, and create boundaries where you feel protected, where you feel safe, but you also are taking out, because I don't know, like the butterfly is there, but if it's not garbage, but for some reason it kind of looks like when you're taking out the trash, you know, it's like you're clearing out, you're decluttering, you're purifying and cleaning out the stuff that, you know, that kind of prevented you from being clear with others about what your boundaries are. Because you see here, there's a lot of cluttered, I mean, there's cluttered, like if you look really closely, it looks like stained glass, but you see there's a lot of stuff going on here. So I feel like it's like you're trying to get rid of all this junk, and the junk could be also how you create or express your boundaries to other people. I wanted to say expose, but that doesn't sound right. Express your boundaries to other people. So that's one message. Okay. Let's see if anything else comes out. Needy. Always, when I think about that card, I always think of someone who's a domestic goddess, someone who is nurturing. Okay. So the needy, rock bottom, and secrets card came out, right? I feel like this may be you may be feeling some type of overwhelm. You may be there may be, or you could be dealing with someone who may be overwhelmed, who may be stressed out, and maybe needing some TLC. Or it could be you that's overwhelmed and needs some TLC, that you need some self-care. And but the secrets, that's the thing, that because we have laughter at the bottom of the deck with secrets. What is secrets? I feel like it's tying back to, yeah. Okay. Because I clarified secrets and anxiety, defense mechanism, and two-faced came out again. I feel like it's connected. I feel like it's about you setting boundaries before you reach the rock bottom. And I feel like this is something secret. This is something that you've been holding back for a while. And I think that whoever you're dealing with, or whatever circumstances you're involved in, or situations you're involved in, it's been causing you some sort of anxiety, and you have to build up your defense system to protect yourself from that, protect yourself, your energies. I think that's what it is. It's about you protecting making sure that your fire doesn't burn out. I know it's the secrets there, but I feel like it's about you protecting your energy. It's about you protecting your power. It's about you protecting your life energy, you know. And not allowing any people who may be deceptive or untrustworthy to cause you any anxiety. I feel like you have to make sure to take care of yourself, because though it says needy, I don't like this card. Doesn't like, does she look needy? She looks like she takes care of the needy, because she's like she looks like she's about to make soup, like she's trying to find comfort. I feel like that's what you need to do. You have to find some way to find make yourself feel comfortable, feel safe, secure, feel at home, because before or rock bottom, you don't want to get to this point where you're overwhelmed and stuff. So it's about you taking time to protect yourself, to nurture yourself, self-care. Because to me, this is like the self-care card. She doesn't look like she's needy in any way. I feel like you want to prevent yourself from reaching this rock bottom by building up your defense system against things that cause you stress, that cause you anxiety. I feel like that's what it's saying. I feel like the message is like a continuation of the first reading. Okay. Let's see if we can get something else. Let's use a different deck. I'm gonna go to tarot. Do I want to use tarot? I don't know. I don't feel inclined. See, I brought my witching hour oracle with me because I rarely use it, and I'm trying to figure out how to use it in my channel. Okay. First card we have is Ace of Wands. So this is about a brand new beginning. Something that is a brand new beginning, that passionate new beginning. The Moon. That has to do with emotions, secret feelings, secrets, sadness, Four of Cups. Okay. With the King of Swords. So the Moon, to me, they say it's Pisces, but I'm sorry, this is the Cancer card, because Cancer is ruled by the Moon. So Pisces or Cancer. King of Swords is Aquarius. Four of Cups, that's Cancer energy. So it's like you endured something that I feel like you're trying to have a brand new beginning, because in the past there has been some type of disappointment, and you have like this desire to have a brand new beginning where you feel emotionally fulfilled, because in the past you haven't been. With the Four of Cups, it's indicating that you're waiting for the right offer from someone who can be honest, loyal, who is communicative, who shares the similar values as you. It's the King of Swords. So he's an honest king. I mean, it could also have to do with some type of law, because the King of Swords can also be some type of a lawyer or a judge in some way. That's too many cards. Okay, let's see. I want to know what this Ace of Wands is. Tell us about the Ace of Wands. What is the Ace of Wands? Ten of Cups. You want a brand new beginning where you can feel emotionally fulfilled, where you can have the happy family life. But in this card, it's about nurturing yourself. You know, it's about being emotionally fulfilled, being emotionally rooted, happy, secure, safe, at peace. Well, this card flipped. Seven of Cups. But you may have faced some sort of confusion in the past. I think that's tied with the Moon. You know, you may have had conflicting emotions in the past. What were the conflicting emotions in regards to? maybe you felt like there were too many options, or maybe you felt like you were an option to someone if this is a romantic situation, or you're considering what your options are. But we have the Lover, so it has to do with some emotional, like some type of partnership in the past, you know. Learn more about the Lovers. Ace of Swords about clarity and truth. I think you may have experienced some type of confusion with a past situation, but you've gained some clarity because you took some time to yourself, to nurture, to take care of yourself, to introspect about some type of disappointment. Yeah. What's the Four of Cups? Wow. What is the Four of Cups? This reading's a little off. Page of Swords. I feel like you probably learned something about someone. If not, it may be involving a younger air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Five of Cups. Yeah, someone who left you out in the cold. Someone who made you, I don't know, why did I say out in the cold? But someone where there has been some disappointment, some sadness, you know. First one, Four of Cups. So the Page is usually someone who learns, who observes, and it's like maybe you're looking out for any signs. If you are dealing with anybody, any signs that kind of remind you of the past. Queen of Swords, and it's like you want to be more discerning and not allow yourself to be disappointed or be deceived. That's what I wanted to say. That you're clear about how you want to move forward. And that's the pair to the King. The Queen of Swords and King of Swords. It's like you want somebody who's going to be as honest and has integrity the same way you do. So we have the King of Swords. We have the King of Coins, so that's Earth sign energy. So, and the Eight of Swords. So if you were dealing with an earth sign, this earth sign may have caused you some type of confusion, or you felt like you were mentally trapped with this person because you weren't exactly sure about who they are, or well, that kind of resonates with me right now. But you may have been mentally trapped, but you needed some clarity from this person, you know. You may have thought they were juggling you, someone with the Two of Coins. And Six of Coins. You probably felt like may have been sharing their energy with other people, may have been juggling you, you know, and being generous and giving to other people. Then we have the Tower underneath and the Sun. So it's like some type of tower moment kind of illuminated something to you. You were illuminated to something. But the King of Swords is indicating that you got some sort of clarity or truth. And you probably went into your masculine energy and decided to cause some type of justice in your part. There may have been some toxicity involved in a relationship, if this is a relationship, or it could just be a work environment. It could be something like that too. Because lovers, it doesn't have to be like a romantic partner. It could be like people you're partnered with, people like a partnership. It could be a colleague. It could be a partner, like a business partner. It could be something like that. Because when the last time you were disappointed, I feel like it's right now you're at the point where you don't want to take anybody's bullshit. You're gonna cut people off if they show you any sign. If you smell any sign of them causing disappointment or stress or emotional distress in some way. But it's like this kind of reminds me of the Three of Swords, even though it's the Five of Cups, because the person is cradling their heart. It's like you want love, but you want a love where you don't have to hurt, like you don't have to keep your heart caged. You know, you want to be able to love freely. I'm not sure if I'm gonna post this because the vibe is so weird. I'm not feeling this reading at all. I don't know who this is gonna resonate with. I don't know. The energy seems off for me. I know we have the full moon on the 27th, and it's gonna be, sorry, not the full moon, the new moon in Taurus is gonna be on the 27th. I don't know, energy seems so off. And I felt off this morning when I woke up. I did not feel really good. I wonder how you are feeling. Okay. I took out the cards and because at the bottom keep going. Okay. You know, sometimes I watch some readers and like Tyler's tarot, he's like, I don't resonate with this reading. And I know what he means. Like, I understand how that feels. Because it's like, what the hell is this? It feels weird. Maybe you feel confused, disoriented. Maybe you woke up not feeling energized. You felt drained in some way. Wow, the Pope did die. He died today. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I was raised Catholic, but I don't practice a religion. I explored another religion that was totally different than but it doesn't suit me, the religion I tried. Okay, change. You're being asked to change a part of yourself that no longer feels like the person you've become or are becoming. This ties back to the beginning of the reading. Align. You're being asked to align with your current situation, even if it's not easy to do so. I feel like this feels so weird because it feels like some type of transition is happening at this time, and it's something that's not within my control. And if you feel that way, you may feel like you don't feel like you have any control right now, and it feels like you have to just kind of go with the flow, and just like kind of be conservative, like conserve your energy. Because I know, like, I'm at work and I'm like, I don't really want to. If I already know you drain me, then I really am going to try to not engage with you. You know, I'm going to have my boundaries up. So that might be it. I don't know, like, this reading's so weird. Manifest, yeah. I feel, you know, sometimes before a manifestation comes through, there may be some, like, test that kind of comes in to see if you're ready for it. And it's like this, I don't know if that's the case here. And maybe some of you are trying to manifest something and it's like that final push before it comes. It's like you're at the point like you feel like giving up. But I feel like right now, I think it's kind of asking you to remain, like, change. Like, if you feel like giving up, change that mindset. Align yourself with whatever you're trying to manifest, because this may be the final push. It reminds me of that meme where the guy, he's in the cave and he gives up, but he's like so close to finding the diamond mine, or reaching the diamonds. I feel like that's what it is, you know. You're being asked to connect with your creative side. I feel like what this is saying is, like, if you are feeling some type of way, just find a way to kind of keep your energy up, to do something that makes you feel lively. You know, it could be dancing, it could be singing, it could be writing, it could be art, drawing, sketching, any creative endeavor that any creative hobby that you have, like align with that, you know, and Do something that kind of lifts up your energy right now. I think that's what it is asking, because the energy feels so weird and heavy, and it's made this reading feel weird and foreign to me. So I wonder if you are feeling that weird energy too. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna post this. If I do, I hope this reading somehow resonates with you, if you're feeling the same way I am right now. And maybe, you know, it's a lot of sadness. Maybe I'm feeling the sadness of the world, because I know a lot of people are sad about the Pope dying. So maybe I'm just being very sensitive, and I could sense it in some way, because when I woke up this morning, it was just like I did not want to come out of bed at all. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and if this reading resonates with you so far or at all, please give this video a like, share, subscribe, and comment. I'm still trying to reach 500 subscribers. That's my next goal. So if you want to see more from me, please check out my other videos. If you know this video is a little off for you too, you can just see how I read it in other videos. And yeah, consider subscribing. I welcome you. I welcome everyone, because everybody deserves love, respect, and to be honored. So yeah, I wish you a wonderful day ahead. Take care. Bye.